Hello. Today I want to share with you something that I do all day long and something that I know you do all day long, and that is make shit up. All right? So let me give you some examples of this shit I make up. For instance, I was at the gym earlier today and a man got onto the machine next to me and only a couple minutes later got off. And in my head, I was like, do I smell? Did he get off because I smell? So that was something I was making up. Or another day last week when I was sick, I was at the gym and I was moving at a slower pace. And I started to think like, oh, I wonder if people think I'm really this like slow, that I'm so out of shape, that this is how I move. So that was me making up stuff about myself, that it meant that I was weak or slow, and it was also me making up or projecting onto other people what I made up they were making up about me. All right, so all of these thoughts we have coming up in our head all day long, they are thoughts, and all of the thoughts are things we are making up. And what happens is that we make shit up and then we believe it. And that's where the problem comes in. So now I am very aware as I'm making things up and can then laugh it off. And that is why I am often laughing, because I'm making shit up all the time. And then I'm like, well, that's ridiculous. I really don't think that guy got off the machine because he thinks that I smell. Or I really don't think that everybody at the gym is looking at me thinking, God, that girl is slow. And if they are, or if he did move because I smelled, okay, he did. Whatever. It doesn't really mean anything. It's just funny, we all love people watching, right? But not being the one that's being watched. We'll look people up and down and be like, oh, look at that outfit. Oh, I wonder what that person's doing with that person, right? Like, oh, that guy dates that girl. Oh, that's interesting. Whatever it is, they're thoughts and they're made up. And I'm not saying it's wrong to make stuff up. Now that I realize I'm doing it, I find it quite amusing, but I realize I don't put any attachment to it, about myself or about other people. So when I'm sitting on a train and I look up and catch somebody giving me some sort of death stare or dirty look, I'm like, oh, I wonder what they're making. Oh, they're making something up about me. Maybe they don't like my outfit. Maybe they're making me up to be a certain type of person, depending on what I'm wearing, the book I'm reading. Who knows what it is, right? And it doesn't matter. Like, that's the great thing. So deciphering what is real and what is the story that we're just making up, right? It's funny, once you get present to all of the things you make up, you realize that you make a lot of shit up. So try using that word. I do it when I'm describing this now. Instead of saying, oh, I think that this is what happened, I say, I make up that this is what happened. Or I think that you misheard me, or I think you misunderstood me. I make up that you misunderstood me because you're looking at me this way. Whatever it is. So try on using I make up in your conversation with yourself and with others. And be aware that other people are making stuff up all day long too. Like the other day I was in line for the post office. Again, it was the week when I was sick. I got in from the post office and I noticed myself be like, and it was really just me being like, wow, I'm sick, I'm weak, I'm tired. But I was in line behind a woman at one of the automatic machines, and I was present to the fact that she could very well think that I was doing that loud exhale because I was like, come on, lady, hurry up, or whatever, right? So being aware that you're making stuff up too, and that everyone else is as well. And so holding space for that, like giving compassion to all of us, humankind, because we are human and we make stuff up. And just knowing that none of it matters. If somebody's looking at you because they don't like the way you're dressing, or somebody's looking at you because, who knows what, it doesn't matter. Like, maybe someone's giving you a dirty look because you have something on your face. Well, maybe you actually do have something on your face. Like, great, but like that doesn't mean anything. That person's look doesn't mean anything. And I used to love analyzing everything to death. I did it for fun. I remember being in my car and driving and being like, okay, what can I analyze next? What can I think about next? You know, like, oh, what about that email I sent? I never got a response. I wonder what that means. Maybe that means that they are mad at me. Maybe that means that they don't care. Or maybe that means, you know, whatever it was. I would go on and on and on, evaluating all sorts of things, looks, situations, messages, text messages, conversations. And I loved it. I was like so proud to tell people that I was such a great analyzer of things. And when I realized that was just me making shit up all day long and believing it, same thing, it's not wrong, but it's like, great. That person didn't reply to that email because they didn't reply to that email. Or that person looked at me because they looked at me. It frees up so much space, so much time, so much energy. You know, so I'm not saying, I'm not going to tell you to stop analyzing things, but once you get present to how much energy you're putting into that, and then it's like how much emotional and stress you put into your mind and your body from feeding into these things, I'm pretty sure on your own you'll choose to give it up as well. So what are you making up? What are you making up about me right now? I'm sure some of you are, and that's A-okay. I'm putting myself out there to be made up all sorts of shit about. All right.